It's time for Around the Ozarks in 5, brought to you by Adventure Cave Tours. Live a day in the life of a real adventurer with Adventure Cave Tours. And the Springfield Greene County Park Board, reminding you to go play. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Forhetz.
Hey, here we are. It is the 5th of July. It is Wednesday. Hope you had a fantastic Independence Day weekend. Everybody stayed safe, had some good barbecues, maybe some pool time or lake time. We enjoyed the weekend, that was for sure.
It was good.
But now we will begin with some news. Here we go, back at it.
All right. Well, speaking of the weekend, as we celebrated our country's freedom last night, a perfect day for scores of people who became American citizens, right on cue, right on 4th of July. In a room under the United States' tallest national monument, 50 people from 32 different countries gathered to be sworn in and pledge their allegiance to the United States of America. The judge reminded the new Americans that citizenship does not promise us happiness, but rather the pursuit of happiness. He also said it does not promise us riches, but equality of opportunity. So congratulations to all of them.
Yeah, and boy, isn't that right?
Yeah, it's cool. I went to a naturalization ceremony a few years ago. And it was the first time that I'd sat through the whole process, and it was truly incredible. I'm not much of an emotional person, typically, and I was like crying. I mean, it was really moving and amazing.
It means a lot to them. They've gone through this whole process. There's some work involved and some patience involved.
And some money involved.
And some money. And yeah, so in order to become a legit citizen is a big deal in the greatest country on earth. So yes. Good for them. Welcome.
Yes. And remember the party we went to with our friend who went through, Manish. That was awesome.
That's right.
That was awesome. Yeah. All right. If you didn't get your fill of fireworks last night, fear not. There's more. You have another shot tonight and tomorrow night at the Springfield Cardinals game. They are facing Amarillo at home again at Hammons Field. And again tonight and tomorrow night, they're going to put on fireworks after the show. And you can catch them from the comfort of center field. It should be fun. Also, if you haven't been yet, you can see the new LED lights that we told you about. Those upgrades to the stadium, they will be used for all the big moments in the game. And they're able to turn off and on faster so that you don't miss the moment waiting for the lights to reboot.
Yeah, that's super cool. The LED lights will be nice. And it's always great to sit out at Hammons and just enjoy fireworks. Last time we were there a couple of weeks ago, we got to do that. And it's a lot of fun. Beautiful night. In the news, Governor Parson approved a record-setting state budget of nearly $52 billion, but concerned about excessive spending, he vetoed 201 projects worth $500 million. One of the things that was vetoed was a plan to improve Interstate 44 through Springfield, from Highway 65 to Kansas Expressway. So that won't be happening in this budget. Two other big expenses that were, though, approved by the governor include $8 million to fix the Jefferson Avenue footbridge over the railroad yard. That's something that there's been an effort to do that for many, many years as it's been shut down, deemed unsafe for people. And $4 million to make improvements to Hammons Field. We just heard a portion of that with the new lights going in. And that is because the Major League Baseball requires those improvements to be made so that the Cardinals can stay in town. It's part of the deal. So when the Springfield city decided to buy the stadium, that was part of it. It basically had to agree to these improvements at the stadium for the long term.
Yep. All right. A 38-year-old from Seymour is now facing involuntary manslaughter charges after hitting an Amish buggy in Webster County, killed a baby boy in that crash. We told you about it when it happened. Now those charges have been filed. Also, both the baby's parents were ejected from the buggy and hospitalized. Authorities say Julia Young was driving carelessly and also failed to maintain financial responsibility for the vehicle. She faces up to 7 years jail time. Springfield School District is building gymnasiums that are doubling as storm shelters at 4 schools. They will cost more than initially expected, but the bids have been approved, so the work can begin. They are coming to Mann Elementary, Wilder Elementary, Watkins Elementary, and Pittman Elementary. The storm shelter gymnasiums were part of the $220 million bond issue that voters approved back in April.
All right, the work will start this fall. COVID emergency is officially over now, 3 years after it started, of course. You know that. Even so, federal taxpayers will pay the Springfield Greene County Health Department almost $775,000 to reimburse costs from October of last year through June of next year, COVID related. The money's in the form of a grant to train and support workers to respond to COVID through vaccines, training, and administration. And the nonprofit Elevate Branson, which does a lot of great things in the Branson area, is now doing scooters there. They will help people get to their destinations to and from work every day. That's the main part of that, since transportation is often an issue for people who are trying to get back on their feet and work themselves out of poverty. The project includes a no-interest loan with a payment of $5 per day, which pays for the rental, insurance, and locks.
All right. The Salvation Army is keeping the power and lights on even during outages, all thanks to a new $50,000 grant. The Timken Foundation making that possible. The big generator will power their efforts, their daily efforts of taking care of the least of these, including shelter for the homeless and food for the hungry, 365 days a year. Salvation Army does amazing work. So they
really do. I'm a big fan of the Salvation Army. They've been helping for so long, so many people over so many years, and they do a great job.
Yep. The Ozark Mountain Daredevils are coming off a big week. We told you they got to perform on the National Mall in Washington, D.C. for the 4th of July. Perhaps you know them well, or maybe you don't. But either way, if you want to learn more, you can go to a website, check out The Music and Identity in the Ozarks, a conversation with the Ozark Mountain Daredevils, found on the Smithsonian Folklife Festival website. We know Missouri State has helped with their efforts up in DC and the festival. So anyway, very cool. And this year's theme was focusing specifically on the history of the Ozarks. So pretty amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing. That's the first time they've ever done that. The Smithsonian's been doing those concerts and those focuses for many years now, but finally they've come around to the Ozarks. So it's neat. We'll have to check that out online.
Yes.
Of course, we know.
Finally, this is you. Ozark getting some love, huh?
Yeah, I was going to say, we always like to tell you about new businesses and new restaurants that are popping up because people care about that sort of thing. Well, Ozark is getting a new Sonic drive-in. It's going to be on in right there by the Dollar General. So it's out a little ways off of 65. It's a $2.5 million project and actually operated by someone different from the owner of the operator of the other Sonic in Ozark. So it should open up this sometime in the next year, early next year. So that's what we're looking at.
Yep. That's pretty cool. I like that Ozark has a weird layout to me. I love Ozark.
It does.
I'm representing today the Tiger Sharks, right? I love Ozark. However, the layout is so weird because there's 3 exits, but they're so far apart. You feel like you're driving into a different city just to go to Walmart. You know what I mean? In Ozark. But in the last however long, probably year-ish, they've got new restaurants like on every single exit, which is cool because now this one coming to the first Ozark exit, at least first from Springfield, I should say. But I like how each part of the city, each area of the city is being developed.
Yeah, I do too. And it's funny. We went to Sonic the other day and I got the kids some slushies of their choice. And I did it through the app. And Sarah's like, wait a minute, how much was it? How did you do that? And she said, well, why don't you just order it from here like everybody else? And I said, well, because if you order through the app, it's half price drinks all day long. So it doesn't matter when you go. You get a half.
Are you getting some kickback for this plug right now?
No, but I'm just telling you. I'm a big fan of like the Sam's checkout thing where you use your phone and you check yourself out as you go. I like that. I just like people to know the good things that are going on. And the Sonic app is a good one because you get half price drinks all summer long. And,
I meanwhile try to download as few of apps as possible.
Not me.
Ethan has an app for every store, every restaurant, every business.
Well, not every, but the ones that give me kickbacks. Yes, indeed, I do.
Okay.
Good Sense,
Fair
Jimmy
enough.
John's.
I couldn't tell you the last time I drank a slushie.
Well, you could have had one the other day. You chose not to.
I know. I was trying to. I mean, it's straight sugar, and you know that I love
Pretty
sugar
much.
a lot.
Pretty much.
So if I cannot take in 60 ounces at a time, I feel like that's probably a win. I don't know.
Yeah, it was a special occasion. It was a hot day.
I feel like it was bigger than a 44. Honestly, I did. It was like, I did take a drink, and it was like I had to hold it with both hands because one hand.
It
like,
was a Route 44.
Oh, was it? I thought it was maybe potentially a Route 60.
That's the big one.
Genuinely. All right. Well, have a great Wednesday. I hope you had a short week ahead of you now. So it's good.
Yeah, enjoy it. And we'll see you back here tomorrow morning.
Bye.